During the past few hours, you've had something to drink, such as milk, water, or juice. You probably also washed your hands. You may have used a pencil to write on paper. And every few seconds, you took a breath of air. These activities use things from the world around us. We refer to the world around us as the environment. And all of the things that we use from the environment are called natural resources. What exactly are natural resources? What are some examples of the natural resources we use? And why are natural resources important? During the next few minutes, we're going to answer these questions and others as we explore natural resources. When you go to the store to buy fruits and vegetables, you probably don't think about where they came from. You decide. Where was this tomato grown? That's right. It was produced by a tomato plant growing in soil. The tomato is an example of a natural resource. A natural resource is anything we take from the environment and use. It's easy to see how foods we eat, such as fruits, vegetables, fish, or drinks such as water or juice, come directly from the environment. But with other natural resources, it's not as easy to see how they come from the environment. For example, this cement is made of water, crushed limestone, and sand. All things from the environment. When these natural resources are combined, they make cement. Another example is wood. This door is made of wood. Wood comes from trees that are grown in the environment. People cut trees down and then saw them into pieces of wood. These are just a few ways that we use natural resources. You could not survive without natural resources. From the air we breathe, to the water we drink, to the food we eat. Natural resources are an incredibly important part of our lives. There are thousands of natural resources that make our lives more enjoyable. It's easier to talk about the wide variety of natural resources by placing them in groups. Let's take a look at some of the ways that we group natural resources. One group of natural resources is called living resources. Fruits, vegetables, and meats are examples of living resources that we eat. These foods come from once living things. We also feed living resources, giving hay to animals, for instance. And we enjoy living resources, decorating our homes with plants. Another group of natural resources, called water resources, is also very important. We use water resources to drink, wash, prepare food, clean things, and even to play in. Energy resources, another group of natural resources, are also important. You observe. What energy resource is being used here? Natural gas is being used on this stove to cook food. Energy resources help light our homes. fuel our cars, and heat buildings. Examples of natural resources that provide energy include oil, natural gas, wood, wind, moving water, and the sun. These are just a few of the different groups of natural resources. As we just discussed, there are many different natural resources. Another way of describing these resources is based on whether they can run out or be renewed. Let's take a look at an example. You may live in a place where people need to mow their grass frequently. You decide, why is it necessary to regularly mow the grass? It's necessary because the grass continues to grow after it's cut. Therefore, we can say that the grass is a renewable resource. Renewable natural resources can be replenished or made again by nature in a relatively short amount of time. Examples of renewable natural resources include energy from the sun, wind, and moving water. Living things such as trees, grasses, and animals are also renewable natural resources. Differing from renewable resources are non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources cannot be replaced by nature quickly or at all. Once they're used, they're gone. Rocks and minerals are examples of non-renewable resources. Because natural resources can become used up or damaged by things such as pollution, it's important that they be taken care of and used wisely. In an effort to use resources wisely, sustainable practices need to be used. Sustainability involves avoiding the damage of natural resources, preventing pollution, and avoiding overuse. Through sustainability, we can assure that valuable natural resources will be available for many future generations. During the past few minutes, we explored natural resources. We began by learning that natural resources are things we take from the environment and use. Some of the natural resources we use every day were highlighted. Different groups of natural resources, such as energy resources, water resources, and living resources, were discussed. The differences between renewable and non-renewable resources were pointed out. Last, we explored the importance of sustainability, the process of using natural resources wisely. This rounded out our fascinating exploration of natural resources. Fill in the blank with the correct word. Number 1. A natural is anything we take from the environment and use. Number 2. We use resources to drink and wash things. Number 3. Oil, wood, and the sun are resources. Number 4. Resources cannot be quickly replenished by nature. And number 5. Energy from the sun, moving water, and wind are examples of resources.